activity, Quanell. These people are not here lawfully. They need to do what...
You white folks stole the land from the Indians, but yet you're the natural, real...
Mi raza, que andamos otra vez de nuevo por el canal del Pinky de la Baja 420, mi raza, pura gente de López Obrador. Mi gente, hoy toma protesta el Donald Trump. Al parecer, hoy inicia con las deportaciones masivas, mi gente. Trae varias órdenes, supuestamente, que las va a cumplir. Una de ellas, y hay que recalcar esto, mi gente, que no hay que dejarlo pasar, es de que en esas 200 órdenes que trae, una pues es la deportación masiva que va a hacer. Va a empezar a deportar a Juan y Pedro. Y la otra, mi gente, viene siendo que a los cárteles mexicanos los va a nombrar con la letra principal de la T, de lo que pasó en Irak, si recuerdan, que ellos nombrando los cárteles con la letra que inicia con la letra T de terror, le da el derecho a los Estados Unidos, mi gente, a invadir países. Hay que tomar mucho en cuenta eso, a ver si lo cumple. Hoy es la toma de protesta, no sé a qué horas, pero la gente ya va a andar acelerada por este caso. También otra cosa, mi gente, les voy a dejar aquí un videito donde no sé si sea senador, ministro, no sé qué chingado sea este vato. Es un afroamericano que defiende a los mexicanos, a capa y espada, mi gente. Así es. Fue invitado a unas entrevistas, creo con dos personas, una gringuilla y un gringo racista, clasista, como los que salen en la película de la depuración, igualitos. Estas personas tienen un round con él porque le preguntan que qué opina sobre las deportaciones que va a hacer Donald Trump masivas y que esté llegando tanto mexicano a Estados Unidos. Entonces este senador, ministro afroamericano, no recuerdo su nombre, pero ahí les voy a dejar el video, defiende a los mexicanos, mi raza, capa y espada, diciéndoles que los gringos fueron los que vinieron a invadir las tierras y reprimieron a la gente, viola, eso también, a las indias, a los indios, a todos los que, o sea, violaron sus derechos y también hicieron lo otro también malo también. Y se chingaron gente nativa y todo ese tipo de cosas, ¿no? Entonces, como que ahí les arde a los gringos cuando les recalca eso. El afroamericano, mi gente, les está pidiendo a todos los mexicanos que se deberían de unir en todo lo que viene siendo California y donde sea, que se unan mexicanos con afroamericanos para poder combatir este tipo de racismo que hay más en Texas, para aquellos lados, donde los gabachos, estos entrevistadores, le están diciendo al afroamericano que están invadiendo los mexicanos territorio de gabacho, pues, y el afroamericano les tira un pinche derechazo con guante blanco diciéndoles que ustedes son los que invadieron, que los mexicanos solo están recuperando sus tierras, que ustedes les robaron. Pidiéndole a los mexicanos, el afroamericano pidiéndole a los mexicanos que sigan teniendo hijos y los eduquen bien para que unos 30 años más adelante esos mismos hijos de padres mexicanos nacidos allá en Norteamérica puedan llegar a ser presidentes o algo chingón del gobierno para acabar con esto. ¿Sí me entienden? Así que chequenlo, mi gente. Ahí andamos pendientes. Ya sabes que aquí pura gente de López Obrador. Y es el Pinky de la Baja. ¡Ánimo! Este es el canal donde agarramos este video para que se suscriban, mi gente. Al parecer este canal apoya a los mexicanos, así que vamos a suscribirnos. Ahí estamos. Que nos llegue todas las noticias. Que nos llegue todas. Ahí está. Listo, mi gente. Al parecer este vato, este canal apoya a los mexicanos. A huevo. Suscríbanse, mi gente, denle like. Ay, por favorcito.
Because it's nothing more than a legal way for law enforcement to racially profile Mexicans and Hispanics. Trump called the Mexicans illegal criminals coming into America. Well, the biggest illegal criminal ever come into America was white people.
So you don't give a damn if people break into this country?
I don't give a damn.
I wonder what's going to happen when they come around your house.
What many Mexicans have done.
No, wait a minute.
Many, don't interrupt
your
me.
Your ancestors came here illegally. Wasn't nothing legal about your ancestors.
Listen.
They came illegally and they murdered, they raped, they pillaged a whole race of people. This country, Texas, Arizona, and California belong to the Mexicans.
Un momento histórico que dejó al mundo sin aliento. Durante una conferencia en Estados Unidos, un político afroamericano dio un encendido discurso que rompió esquemas y desató una ola de emociones. Con firmeza y pasión, defendió a México y a su gente, enfrentando los prejuicios y humillando a periodistas gringos que intentaban desacreditar a los mexicanos. Sus palabras fueron un eco poderoso de justicia y empatía. Lo que nadie esperaba fue el impacto que este discurso tendría. Las palabras del político resonaron tanto que dejaron a los críticos boquiabiertos y generaron un debate sin precedentes sobre la relación entre México y Estados Unidos. Lo más emotivo ocurrió cuando este mensaje llegó hasta Claudia Sheinbaum, quien no pudo contener las lágrimas al escuchar el apoyo incondicional hacia los mexicanos. Este acto de valentía y solidaridad está conmoviendo al mundo entero. El discurso, que ya es viral en redes sociales, ha puesto sobre la mesa la importancia de la unión entre los pueblos y la necesidad de construir puentes en lugar de muros. ¿Qué dijo este político que conmovió tanto a Sheinbaum y que está sacudiendo las relaciones internacionales? Si tú también crees que México merece respeto y apoyo, dale like, suscríbete y comenta ¡Viva México! Para celebrar este acto histórico. Compártelo con más personas y únete a este movimiento por la justicia y la unión entre naciones.
So the bill has hit Governor Abbott's desk and has been signed by Governor Abbott. Basically, the anti-sanctuary city bill has been passed and is now law. And what that bill says is that if local law enforcement or state police view a criminal activity afoot, they make a stop on that state crime, and then they can inquire into the status of an individual's residence. Are they a lawful U.S. citizen? Are they here with a green card? Are they a permanent resident alien? Or are they here illegally without documentation? And if they are here illegally without that documentation, then the feds can get involved and then they can take it from there. I think this is a fantastic law. It is time to start enforcing the laws that are on the books instead of the state and local officials legislating from their own little tiny offices.
It's an awful law because it's nothing more than a legal way for law enforcement to racially profile Mexicans and Hispanics. This law was written into existence by Governor Abbott to specifically go after a said group of demographics here in the state of Texas. Secondly, it is awful that we want to call them illegal immigrants to the point to where if a cop does not do his job according to this law, he can be charged and arrested, and the cities can be given a $25,000 fine per day. Well, we'll put a cop in jail for not asking about his immigrant status, but we won't put cops in jail for shooting and killing unarmed black people.
That's not true, and
Thirdly,
that's way too far of a step. Murder is against the law, Cornell.
Yeah, but it's not against the law when you kill black people and you're a cop. See, the problem in America and this state is...
What about the Dallas case where that cop was just charged with murder?
Because there was video to show he was absolutely lying.
So you can't make these broad statements. It's just simply not true.
Often there's video, ma'am, where we are killed by cops and nobody ever goes to jail. Ask Eric Garner's family that. Ask the family right there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Brother Alton Sterling's family.
But your
they're not getting justice. So video don't mean nothing for us. But let's get back to the immigrants. I would say to the Hispanic and Mexican community, what you got to do now, hook up with the black community and unite in political power, because if Mexicans and black people unite in Texas, we can control the governor, we can control the lieutenant governor, and we can control politics in Texas, period. I'm saying to the Latino brothers and sisters, don't fight them by yourself. If you hook up with black people and we unite, I'm telling you, we can run Texas and then pass laws to deal with those who hate us.
You're advocating for criminal activity, Cornell. These people are not here lawfully. They need to do what our ancestors did, what many Mexicans have done.
No, wait a minute.
Many, don't interrupt me.
Your ancestors came here illegally. Wasn't nothing legal about your ancestors. They came illegally and they murdered, they raped, they pillaged a whole race of people. This country, Texas, Arizona, and California, belonged to the Mexicans.
Quanell, get back
it was
to the
stole
point.
from them.
You
so
tell
when
me
you
to
quote
get back
your
to the point.
ancestors, they came here illegally.
You're not being fair to me here. You say stay on topic. I say, okay, we'll stay on topic. And then as soon as we start talking about illegal immigration, you go back to the black issue. Let's stay on topic.
Your ancestors are the master illegal immigrants.
Give me the opportunity to respond in that, you know what, we're all Americans here. And if you are here legally, absolutely, then we need to come together and we need to pass good laws for enforcing the laws.
Well, perhaps the Native Americans should have passed laws against your ancestors.
So Governor Greg Abbott wants to make sure that Houston, the city of Houston, is put under the same microscope as any city that isn't allowed legally to be the quote-unquote sanctuary city. And this is what we do here in the city of Houston. People come into the city of Houston illegally. They're allowed to stay. There is only so much that our law enforcement officers are willing to do, that the DEA is willing to do, that the border agents are willing to do. Why in the world don't we go after those that are here? Well, that's what Abbott wants to change, and I agree. And as soon as we make sure that in the state of Texas, if Houston keeps conducting itself the same way that San Antonio and other cities conduct themselves, then no money is coming to Houston from the state. We need to do that on a state level. We also need to do it on a federal level.
But Matt, my problem with this is, why are we so worried about getting rid of all of the Mexicans or Hispanics that are quote unquote here, if they're illegal or not? At the end of the day, many of them are paying taxes. Many of them have been here for generations and decades. And Matt, trying to get rid of 4 or 5 or 3 million people all at once is not going to work. We don't have the resources for it.
We don't have to do it all at once.
And secondly, Matt, listen, there is no such thing as an illegal Mexican immigrant coming into Texas because they're only coming home. Texas, Arizona, and California was stole from the Mexicans.
Don't start
this
that
all
nonsense.
belonged to them. So they're only coming home, and then here it is, you white folks stole the land from the Indians, but yet you're the natural, real illegal immigrant.
So let's start with the things you said that are already wrong. First of all, they're coming here, they're not paying any taxes. You're telling me they're paying taxes? They're not paying taxes because nobody knows who the heck they are. No, they're not paying any taxes.
Matt, when they buy a product, they paying a tax on it.
Let's continue
When they buy a car, they paying a tax on it.
You come into this country illegally. That is a law that you're breaking, and that's why they have to be sent back to wherever they came from. They want to come through the front door. That is the correct way to come in. And the city of Houston has to stop allowing this, or we're never going to get them to stop coming in here. Look, that's what we got to do. Follow the law.
But Matt, where is the compassion that the indigenous Indians had for white people in this country?
What do you keep going backwards?
They let you all come in.
What are you going backwards?
And you came in and raised a whole lot of hell.
Don't start.
Trump
start
called
bringing up
Mexicans
history and try and
rapists. He
explain
called
what's
them
going
criminals.
on today.
Trump called the Mexicans illegal criminals coming into America. Well, the biggest illegal criminal ever coming to America was white people.
So you don't give a damn if people break into this country.
I don't give a damn.
I wonder what's going to happen when they come to rob your house.
I don't give a damn about hypocrites who came here illegally and stole all of this and now want to blame them for only coming back home. To all of the Mexicans, don't worry about this. Just keep having babies, and in 30 years, all these white folks will be under your control.
To Americans, let's stand up and do what the hell we're supposed to do and stop letting the city of Houston be an open door. This ain't no sanctuary city.
Don't listen to that.
This is a real city.
Just keep having babies, and at the end of the day, you'll run everything in Texas. Just keep having babies.
Now you understand why I got to come here every single week, and I gotta go after this man and maybe get through that thick skull one day.
In 20 years, you're gonna be the minority in Texas.